Okay, Cathi Wickley is next. And Cathi, could you stand a moment? How many have seen Cathi at least one other networking meeting than you? There's a reason we call her the queen of networking. And yeah, I can't go to a networking meeting without seeing Cathi.
I think the most appropriate question is not have you seen her, it's have you been to a networking event where you haven't.
There you go. That is actually a good question. So Cathi is going to be, obviously at all these networking events, she's developed a skill and a procedure and an approach that we can really learn from. And so her presentation is networking on purpose. I don't know if she's going to use the PowerPoint or just go, how do you want to do it?
She's always.
I don't think I have one. I didn't create one. You did one for me. You can have one. But I don't know how to use them. So.
Well, you should probably use what you brought.
You know what I brought? I brought myself and pizza and my phone and
Excellent.
myself.
Go for it.
That's myself because your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card, and the experience that you leave others feeling is your trademark. That's really what networking is all about. And I remembered I wrote that a long time ago and I just caught it. So I was like, I have to write this down. So your smile is your logo. You want to walk into a networking event or a meeting or a one-to-one or whatever you're doing with a smile, and you want to be at 100%. Okay? Whatever happened in the car, kids screaming on the phone, whatever, you left your house, fight with your husband, whatever. And how I learned a lot of this is I was a craps dealer for 25 years. Okay? I worked all over the world, different locations, casinos, shifts, things like that. And there were some difficult times, when I only had like 3 hours sleep, stuff's happening at home, and there's a massive mirror. After we walk up the escalator, before we hit the casino floor, right through those doors, a whole wall is a mirror. So you can check yourself before you walk in. You can be exhausted, things on your mind. I literally used to go into the window and just go and walk out. Because as soon as you walk through that door, you're on point, you're on show, it's showtime. Do whatever you want after you get back to the car. You know what I'm saying? What's that?
Time is money.
Yeah, it is. And your personality. Your personality is your business card. That's what people are going to remember, not the little piece of cardboard with the tiny, tiny, tiny little print that's on there that I can never see that people give me. They're going to remember how you felt when you were talking to them. And the experience that they're going to have. Who did that person introduce? Who did you introduce that person to? Who was the connection? That's how they're going to remember you by. Okay, not about what you say. It's how they're going to remember you. So it's not really who knows me. Well, actually, it is. What's the saying? It's all on who you know. It's not really. It's all on who knows you, and what their opinion is of you. It's powerful. Okay. So just a couple of basic tips. I've really just put some tips together. So who in here loves to network? Loves it. Awesome. Right. We got to hang out. Okay. And who in here goes into a network? Doesn't go because what are the biggest challenges? You tell me. What are your challenges of why you? What's the first thing that goes through when you're walking into an event? Like, what are your problems? What are your challenges?
You don't know anybody.
You don't know anybody in the room? I love going to a room when I don't know anybody. It's hard to find now. Somebody. What else?
Approach someone.
How to approach somebody. Maybe what to say. Okay.
Maybe how you'll come across.
What if you are there and people are already talking with each other?
Thank you.
And so you're not sure how you can get into what they're talking about and how to maybe make it a little bit about you.
Thank you. That's perfect. I was going to bring that up as well. So it's all on us as well. When you go to a networking event, learn how to be receiving. Whereas if you're standing there with a couple of people and talking and you see someone approach, open the circle. Open and let them know it's okay to come on in and chat with us. You shouldn't be having secret society, top secret meetings in the middle of a networking event. This is all to open and to meet. Because you don't know if that person coming in could be your next power partner or your next best customer. Welcome and you receive everyone. You walk into a room, like I said, you want to be at 100%. Little things that you might not think about, it's really funny. You want to, I have a lot of pets, so make sure you carry a lint brush, especially if we wear black. And you get out of the car and you go into the networking event and you're full of fur. Yes, it's happened to me because I didn't have a lint brush. I'm like, don't look at the bottom of my hands. the biggest tip I can give anybody is you want to have a Sharpie. Sharpies are the best thing known to networking because you can write on any business card, on any flyer, on any card that somebody gives you if you need to take a note or something to remember them, or something. I'm in a habit of always kind of like, I pay attention to the conversation even if it's just a moment, and if it's something that catches me, I'm going to write it down. The Sharpies will write on everything, okay? You also want to dress the part. If you clean houses, you don't have to walk in a gala dress, or if you're a painter, or if you're a casual laborer, you don't want to walk in a suit and tie. Well, yeah, you don't want to walk in a suit and tie. And then also, if you're an attorney, you're not going to walk in gym shorts and a ball cap. Well, I have seen that actually. So you know what I mean. Dress to your profession and dress to the order of the event. And things like that. So, do you have any questions for me? Like, I always open this up because everybody has their own challenges when it comes to networking live. Because I know there's a lot of knowledge in this room. There's a lot of email marketing and phone calling and things like that. But really, I believe the most valuable thing to do is face-to-face. Shake a hand, have a coffee, get to know someone. Okay?
One of the things that I really enjoyed from your last presentation, I kind of want to learn a little more about, and I didn't hear too much of this one, is how do you go the extra mile with that relationship building to maintain? Because once you get a customer, once you get a client, or once you go to networking, you meet somebody, how do you re-engage them and keep them on your side, so to speak?
That's going to be our coffee appointment.
Okay.
Because what this topic is networking on purpose. And it's the reason when you walk in the door, how to maximize meeting the people that you're going to meet, how to approach them, how to be in front of them, how to be comfortable. You have questions, Vin?
Yeah, so I'm not like too big of a fan of business cards, but when I do get them, I still want to follow up with them. Mm-hmm. What's a good process that we can incorporate to follow up with all the business cards? Because I have like 100 business cards.
We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about that too. Yeah. So we're going to start from the point on just getting the business card. So I'm going to call on somebody. So I'm not. It's okay. Some people want to talk to other people on a common ground. Like, okay, let's say, I don't know. I mean, everybody's on the same ground with me, but you might not want to approach someone that looks maybe that they're maybe more established or esteemed than you are for whatever reason, and that could be the perfect person for you to be talking to. So, for example, top 3 people you want to meet in the room. I know I'm kind of all over, but I've got so many ideas. Top 3 people you want to meet when you walk into a networking room. You don't go in to meet the entire room. Okay, I used to do that, and I was in direct sales at one time, and I would just like throw my stuff to everybody in the room and hope something lands. Okay, so you want to meet 5 key people. Okay, you want to meet the organizer of the event. Okay, no matter what size of the event it is, there's an organizer. So like David is an organizer for this event. Okay, you want to meet a speaker or a presenter or somebody they may be highlighting in that event. If there is one, find out who they are and introduce yourself. Have a conversation. Okay, and the other 3 people are yap jobs, number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, a yap job, Y-A-P. So I am considered a yap job. So when you walk into a networking event and you see people gathered around somebody, they all know this person, there are lively conversations. You might want to gravitate to those pods of people because there's somebody that's probably in the middle of the conversation and kind of people all coming around and say hello. Those are the people that you want to meet because they're the ones that are going to introduce you. So David is the organizer of this one. So if I say, David, this is an awesome event. I really want to meet a business attorney in this room. Who should I talk to? Who's the business attorney here? Okay. So David, come on up here a second. So I want to meet a business attorney. Who's going to know who's in the room? The organizer, right? So go to the organizer. I say, I want to meet a business attorney. So,
Hi, I'm Dave Salmon.
Okay, so what happens when this happens? Hi, David.
Hi.
How are you? Good to meet you.
Nice to meet
Good
you
to
too.
meet you. Tell me what you do.
I'm an attorney, a business attorney.
That's right. I just asked David about that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Awesome. How long have you been an attorney?
Passed the bar in '99, went in my own business in 2003.
Awesome. And you've been in Las Vegas a long time?
Yeah, born and raised here.
Sweet. So you just woke up one day and said you wanted to be an attorney, huh?
No. I would have been a doctor, but I can't do math. So.
I see how you are. You're locally based. I see. I can't see this card. I'm gonna have to put you in my phone in a little while. That's good. So who are you here looking to meet?
Actually, nobody in particular.
No, you just walked in for the cheese cubes and coffee.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you just walked in. Awesome. So one of the things I like to show you, how many times do you go to a networking room and you see people walking to you like, oh, take my card, take my card, take my card. All I do is I casually hold my hand out. Normally they'll take the card and they'll shake my hand, and then we'll get into a conversation.
I don't like that word. Thank you. I guess.
I don't like that word.
I don't like that word. Yes, you do. Of course you do. So you will never see me walk around with a card in my hand. Most of the time I don't even have business cards. The only time I have them now for the holidays is to throw them in swag bags and things like that. But, when someone approached me one time, I didn't take her card, and she kind of wandered off. She came back to me later. We got into a conversation, and then she said, let me ask you, why didn't you take my card before? I said, well, I didn't know who you are. Now I know who you are, and now I'll take your card, and I'll pay attention to it. But when you leave with your business card, I don't know what that is. I don't know you. Just say hello and shake a hand and start a conversation. So really quick, I know I only have a minute. Okay, so remember this. Write this down. Form. F-O-R-M. This is how you lead into a conversation when you want to chat with somebody. 1 second with your question. Form. You want to ask about their family. O stands for occupation. Okay, so you start talking about what they do. R stands for recreation. So what do you like to do when you're not being an attorney? You like to boat, you like to fish, you might find something common. You might be pro bowlers, you never know. Okay? And then M is the money. We're all here to make money. And we all want to know what each other does and how we can help you make the money. Okay? And what I like to be is a connector. So I like to be the person that will say, oh, you're looking for a business attorney? Hey, go talk to David. And then I kind of leave myself. So when you say, oh, how did you guys meet? Oh, we know Cathi. Cathi introduced us. Oh, how'd you guys meet? Oh, Cathi introduced us. I pass people and referrals and contacts like hot potatoes. And that's the person you want to be in the room, because people will remember you that way. The less you say, the most interesting you will be. So I would love to connect with you afterwards. I know my time is up. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. Yes, Chris.
I have one question. So it's hard for people like me, not me actually, because I'm super confident. But,
Awesome. I love that.
But there are other people who I have a brain injury,
Okay.
and it's hard for me to talk. Some people think that I'm drunk when I'm not. This does not just happen with people with brain injuries. It also happens with people who have stuttered.
Mm-hmm.
People who have really bad stuttering ability. So they're around all these people and have really bad stutter. What would you tell them?
Become a professional question asker, because the more questions you ask, the less you have to speak. What's everybody's favorite subject? Themselves. So the better listener you are, and you're asking all of these questions, have that Sharpie, look and engage and write notes. They're going to think you're the most interesting person in the whole place. You're the best conversationalist ever. You don't have to say a word.
Great idea.
Awesome. Thank you.